Hi guys, welcome to the Saving Money Show. Me, your host Sean. Well, it appears I have some money left over from some dividends and from a bit of swing trading, and I'm at a loss where to put it. I have all my positions covered, so I thought I'd let you guys decide for me. I'm looking at a Spaq. And again, I don't know which one to put in. So, do I put in one of the well-known ones or one of the obscure ones? I don't mind putting in an obscure one before they sign the letter of intent, if it's worth it. You know, the reason behind going into a Spaq, the main reason is the people behind it. So I've listed a number of Spaqs that haven't signed a letter of intents, and one or two that seem to have dropped off the board. Oh, looks like I'm dropping off the board. Now, we have FAANG acquisition core, and basically with these Spaqs you've got to make sure you do. Oh, that was me proving my point. You've got to make sure you have acquisition core after name, because so many of them, you just put RMG and your broker, you could end up buying the wrong one, and you could wonder why it hasn't gone up. For instance, I just put RMG in, and you have a large amount of different things coming up. And don't forget to hit that lovely like button, almost as lovely as me. Helps with the YouTube algorithm and getting the video out to more people. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Become part of the Saving Money Show family. We give each other hints and tips and updates about stocks and shares we talk about on the show. As well as that, you can ask me to look into any share you want, and I don't charge a Discord fee or ask for a Patreon. All I do ask is for you to comment in the box below and hit the like button, even if you disagree with me. Especially if you disagree with me, I like a debate, and if I do something wrong, I want you to call me on it so I can improve the channel. And why not check out the links in the description below? There's lots of offers. I've used each one of them myself. I wouldn't give you links if I haven't checked them out myself. If you're looking for a free trading platform which should trade your stocks and shares, you know, you can get a free share worth up to £200 for signing up and depositing a small amount. A free trade only requires a £1 deposit. The others require £100 or dollars, depending on which one you go for. Stake has over 3,500 US stocks on their books, which is the biggest one outside of the US. Whereas Trading 212 is one of the best and easiest platforms to use. But as I said, I use all three. Anyway, on with the show. Now, I'm not going to go too detailed into these companies, purely because I don't want to sway you guys. You might want to just like the name of the company, or you might just throw a dart and say, but whatever the majority says, I will go with. So as I said, the first one is RMG Acquisition Core. The second one is Sustainable Opportunities Acquisition Core. Now, we all know sustainable stuff. They're both like sustainable, these two companies, and that's why they're both sustainable. That's why they're there. You then have Churchill Capital Core. Now, they agreed with Top Golf, but I think Top Golf has peed them off, because these guys usually get things done quickly and smoothly, but you haven't heard anything about it since they agreed it, which makes me think that Top Golf has said to them, we want more money. They've turned around and said, what? People are begging to merge with us. You can jog on. And New Providence Acquisition Corp, Juniper Industrial Holdings, which is obviously industrial, but do I want to go into industrial till I know what it is? Fusion Acquisition Corp. Now this one is below $10, and if it doesn't sign with anyone, I'll get $10 back, so I'll get 18 cents a share back. And the team, thing about these is the team in each one I say are very good, and that is the main thing with a SPAC to look for, that the team is very good. The team in the background are very good, otherwise there's no point going into it. CIIG merger call, it's just over $10, so the risk reward is worth it. Of course, Shamax, IPOC, anything he puts his name to, it tends to go up. LGL Systems, symbol defense, of course it would be. They've had ties with Lockheed Martin and government contracts, so the one good thing about this is, apart from it just being over $10 a share, they have how can I put it? They have experience of government contracts, so they can say to these companies, if you want government contracts, come to us and we'll secure them for you, but you have to take less money, and while we do it. Galileo Acquisition Corp. Now this is the Italians who were the first people to start a SPAC in Italy. Now this is under $10. What I would like to see from them would be either a vineyard or possibly something, specialist food thing, like that Rana Foods, the guy who created a new way to cook tortellini that cut it from 20 minutes to 2 minutes. Yeah, and the guy made millions overnight. Jaws Acquisition Corp. And Flying Eagle Acquisition Corp. Now they're merging with Skills Gaming. I did a video on it, as did most other YouTubers, but since then nothing's been said about it, so I think it could pop at some point, and I think it's a good business, but again, it's up to you guys. Now remember, the guy who created Spy is in there as well, but I don't want to sway you in any way. I've given you the minimum information, and I don't want to give you any more, but if you guys let me know what your choices are, I will be grateful. Now I did a piece for Jim Cramer and against Jim Cramer and market manipulation. This is my piece supporting Jim Cramer and what he said. Technically, what he said was not wrong. Fisker has a history in the EV market of not delivering. If you bought a Fisker car in the past and you drove it into a puddle the wrong way, it could catch fire, literally, like the USPS trucks. Now, because there was no protection on them. He promised this EV sports car and couldn't deliver. He did this hybrid company and it went bankrupt. So what he said was correct, but labelling all Spaqs as no good was wrong, in my opinion, and labelling him as Trevor Milton was wrong, because he does have a history in the car industry, and before, as a designer, he has worked for quite a few companies. However, it was once he took that jump from designer to CEO, that is where I think it's been too much for him. That isn't to say that Fisker cannot do it with Spaq, and I hope he does. And I think he has a much better chance than Nkla had. However, he has a history of over-promising and under-delivering, or not delivering at all. Now, this is why likes of Jim Cramer do not like him. There are, when hedge funds get involved in a speculative play, they get involved because of the people in the background. Sorry about that. No, they get involved because of the board, or there's someone there, there's something special. Now, in their opinion, the only thing special about Fisker is how many times he's failed, and that he's still a CEO. No. As I said, I hope he succeeds, purely because the more EV companies in the market, the better. They are not stealing market share from Tesla, they're stealing market share from the ICE vehicles. And the more budget EV vehicles, the better, purely because there are people who think they cannot afford an EV vehicle. But if there's budget ones, they would. Anyway, please leave your comments in the description below. Don't forget to smash that lovely like button, it really does help with the YouTube algorithm, and I'll see you in the next video. That's all for now. Goodbye.